What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about the Bitcoin bull yet again on this, the 11th day of July. TBB here. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. There's only one TBB. Don't fall for any of the scams. This is the token wallet right here. It's the first like 5 characters, last 4 characters right there. It's like P pump on the last 5 characters. Anyways, we're going to go over a lot of stuff today, some different perspectives, some exciting things. I mean, it's exciting right now that over the past 2 hours, we're up like 21%. Over the past 24 hours, we are up 36%. It's nice to see. We're literally on the verge of pressing new all-time highs. And this chart overall just looks very, very exciting. I know we've been boring. We've been boring for like a few days, but it's looking like we really do want to rally here. And I think we will. I think we're going to rally. What was the 6th? We rallied here on the 6th to the 7th. That was a Monday. Okay. Well, maybe we consolidate over the weekend and then we pump on Monday. But it's Saturday now. We look like we're breaking out, man. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this weekend we were up dramatically higher, guys. Like dramatically higher. We'll see. We'll see. But again, we crossed that 1 cent threshold. We crossed that $10 million market cap threshold. I'm going to boost this thing. I'm going to drop a little bit of cash into it to give it a 100x boost. I don't expect that. I don't really think that boosts matter too much. There's plenty of scam coins to get boosted on Dex Screener, but for this coin, it'll matter because it'll put it on the map. It'll put it on that top 100 level. And whenever you have, even though most people I think know that in that top 100 on Dex Screener, there's a lot of scams. Like 99% of them are scams, if not all of them are scams. But most of the time, there's at least a couple that aren't. It just takes that recognition. It just takes people flipping through, checking it out. What's this? I've never heard of this. This one's moving up. Everything else looks like it's moving down. This one's moving up, and the volume isn't ridiculous. It's not up 40%, and the volume's larger than the market cap or anywhere near the market cap. This looks like organic growth. Anybody with a brain might check it out, and then also the brainless might check it out as well and just see, boom, we're moving up. We look good. We're breaking out of a consolidation phase. I missed out. I didn't know about it here, but now that I see that it's breaking out clearly, I'm going to buy it here. Anyways, it's a whole story that I've painted in my head and I've shared with you at length a few times, but we're not going to go over that too much. I want to get into the TA. I've already actually gone over it more than enough. Let's get into the 15-minute time frame because this is such a short-lived chart, right? I mean, this is all of our existence just on the 15-minute time frame here. You can see that we've broken out of this consolidation phase to the upside, and the breakout that we saw so far has been rather lackluster, but I don't think anybody's upset about it. I mean, we're literally knocking on all-time highs door here. As we consolidated, volume decreased. The reason why volume decreases is consolidation phases get tighter and tighter and consolidate over a period of time is that all the people who wanted to sell the top, they sold the top. All the people who wanted to buy the top, they bought the top. All the people who wanted to sell the lows and buy the lows, they've done that. All the people who wanted to make their moves, make their bed, lay in it, they wanted to get in, they wanted to get out, whatever the case may be, they've chosen a side. Maybe they didn't do anything. Like me, I'm just holding. I didn't do anything. And now all that's left is to see what the market decides. Are there more people who are wanting to sell at this point, or are there more people who want to buy? And I think we're showing that there are more people that want to buy because volume here, you can see, if we zoom in, volume is going from decreasing to actually increasing now. We're actually getting a little bit of an increase in volume. And we're not full on breaking out yet. You can see it, right? I mean, we know what full on breaking out looks like. When we do break out more, when we start to really cross that like $10 million threshold, I think we'll see volume come in like this. And the volume is really important, guys. You see this on this 15-minute time frame here. I mean, we go here, this large spike of volume, that large spike there, that large spike there. These are some of the largest spikes that we've seen, okay? And this spike, to be fair, this first spike happened and we did go lower, but it did happen at a low point. Okay, it did happen not during the drop, but at the low, relative low of this drop, and then we continued to drop afterwards, where we saw more large spikes relative to this. This spike was like 2 or 3 times the size of what we have now at the low. At this low point here, we saw one large spike, one of the largest spikes in this thing's history on a 15-minute time frame, and continued large spikes down in this area. Same thing here, right? And throughout all of that, these were higher lows. So we're seeing demand come in. We're definitely seeing, and it's different, right? We didn't get these large spikes in volume at the top, And so, sometimes, sometimes you did get a large spike at the top, but most of the time that's not the case. It was the bottom that we were showing support at. There's definitely demand. There were people, there's large money. I say large, relatively large money that came in at the low point systematically, and there's money now that's coming into this as well. Definitely some buying pressure. We're seeing it happen right before our eyes. We look at this on the 15-minute time frame with the RSI. RSI is getting overbought consistently, not getting oversold really at all right now. I mean, yes, you got oversold back here. When you were getting oversold, look at what was happening. It was bearish. Now you're getting overbought. Higher lows, higher highs. Good stuff. Still pretty volatile, still pretty neutral, but overall you're in a bullish position right now. The MACD does look bullish as well. The oscillators here, the orange and the blue line, they're going above the zero. You're finding support at the zero, looking good. It's the 15-minute time frame. I don't expect this stuff to be too significant, but for now, it does look good. It does look good. 15-minute time frame can change in a day or less. It changes very quickly. And whenever it looks bad, maybe it's because you've done this, and now you look bad because you're finding support at prior resistance, and you're still moving up overall. Whatever. We look at the 1 hour time frame. The RSI is very bullish overall. Very bullish because most of our life has been spent above the 50, above this line here. Most of your life is spent above it, right? There's very few iterations below. Most of the iterations are above. And you're consistently getting overbought. You're not getting oversold. We've just started to get overbought here. Let's analyze what happened the last few times you've been overbought. So here you rejected, here you rejected, here you got overbought, here you got overbought. Rejection, rejection. We'll call these rejections. I guess here, you kind of you're at the same level there. So we'll say you got into it there, and then you came out, but then you came back into it here. And then we can also do this as well. Yeah, right there. Okay, so a few times. It's not always going to be the same look, but you look at this here. I mean, imagine, we sold off. We're kind of in this consolidation phase down here. Whenever we got overbought, that was the first move of a breakout move that sent you to higher prices, right? You got overbought here, and we saw from a low to a high, 76% gain, from a relative low to a relative high, a 144% gain. Once you got overbought here, that was the rejection. That was the rejection. So it doesn't have that same kind of thing. That's why I was thinking it was a rejection, but we counted it anyways. We could be rejecting here. It's possible. We could be rejecting here. Still looking for higher lows overall, like we had back here. But from here, the low. We'll just take the low from the hour before. We don't have to get that low in itself, but just like right there around the time you got overbought, 201% growth. From here, this relative low to that relative high, you saw 205% growth. So 76%, 205%. I mean, we see some pretty solid growth, and this all happens within a very short amount of time, whether it's like 4 hours or 12 hours, something like that. I mean, we're getting overbought now, providing that this isn't a rejection, which I don't think it is. I don't think that we consolidated all this time. These were rejections. These were rejections here, right? That was a rejection there, I think. This might be different, man. It just might be different. And if it is different, let's just see real quick. I mean, 46%. Yeah, I think that was a rejection. If this is different, 70%, 76% pump, that would take us to new all-time highs. If we're seeing new all-time highs, personally, I don't think we're going to see a 77% pump. I think we're going to see something that's above 100. We're going to get to that 10-cent market, that 1 cent price, that $10 million market cap. We're going to boost it, man. I'm going to boost it today. I encourage anybody and everybody to as well. I'm going to use my airdrop tokens that Jason Williams gave me way back, in the very first airdrop unlock that we had. The airdrop giving season, whatever that was, I don't know, the very first tranche there. I'm going to use those to give us a 100x boost. So, don't thank you, Jason, because that's coming from him. That's coming from his wallet originally. And that's the beauty of it, man. That's kind of what I wanted to do in the beginning. I was thinking, you know what, I'm just going to hold it, and then whenever it's worth something, I'll be able to boost it. I could hold it longer. I think that if I held it longer, it'd get to the point where we could afford a 500x boost. But I just think, strategically speaking, 100x will be enough right there at that 1 cent, $10 million market cap. It'll put it on the map. And even at a $10 million market cap, guys, this thing has a lot of potential. I've been focusing a lot on this $10 million market cap level, specifically because of the boost, and it's a psychological area. But that's not the next target. It's not even close to the next target. The next target's like twice as much, if not more, okay? If not like, we're going to get into it right now, okay? 4 hour time frame. You look at this, you imagine, here, this could be a bull flag, and this is what we were assuming at first, but I don't know if this was a bull flag for the 4 hour time frame. It's a little bit, like higher low, higher high. You've kind of got this triangle, and the flag seems too big. Instead of it being like a flag, it seems like a triangle. I don't know. As far as the 1 hour time frame goes, I thought I was on the 4 hour. Sorry, the 1 hour time frame goes. I'm not really thinking it's a bull flag, but if it were to act like one, sometimes and oftentimes enough with these kind of movements, you do see a reciprocated move. This could take us all the way up to 20 cents, 21, or sorry, I'm sorry, 2 cents, 2.1 cents. A move like that from here, this would be our technical first measure move, right? That would be our primary target right there. Is at about 2.1 cents. So 10 cents, sorry, 1 cent, $10 million market cap. That's nice. That's psychological resistance. That's an area of significance there psychologically. But really, 2 cents, $20 million market cap, that's the real area that I think we're going to have to contest with next. And when I say contest, maybe it's like this and we consolidate, we move up there, we consolidate, whatever. Maybe it's just like this, yeah, we consolidate, or maybe it's like this, we move up, we move down, we move up, we move down. Maybe it's one of these lesser parts and we're in an overall move that's a much larger move to progress through. We look at this on the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour RSI is starting to get into the overbought area as well. You're holding the 50 area as support. You're looking like you want to continue to climb. And this RSI again looks very bullish on the 4 hour time frame. There's not a whole lot of history here, but it does look very bullish. MACD is starting to cross green as well. We're getting some bullish things going on here. And then we look at this on the 12 hour. I was looking at it on the 12 hour recently, and this really does to me look like a high and tight bull flag. I wish I could do the rewind feature here. I don't think they have that on Dex Screener, but it looks like a flagpole. We've flirted with this idea before, but I only looked at it on the 15-minute time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, it looks weird, but on the 12-hour time frame, guys, this looks like a freaking bull flag. Like it looks like a high and tight bull flag. And if it is, the technical measure move there, you take that flagpole measurement, you put it at the base of the flag, which would be right there. The technical measure move takes us up above $100 million, which is something we've also forecasted. I mean, even since these low prices, we've talked about the possibility of going above $100 million. And from here, that 2.1 cent price, that's about a 3x. That's exciting. That's nice. Who wouldn't love a 3x? Who wouldn't love half of that? A quarter of that? That's great. But to get to this, if this measure move comes to fruition, you guys, that's a 21x from here. It's a 21x. By the time I noticed this, like I really took the consideration to measure this out, it was something like a 25x. We've already moved up so much. We've moved up 27% over this past 12 hours. Actually, really over the past like 2 hours. Moved up so much that it's not 25x anymore. It's a 21x move. Still phenomenal. And who's to say that we stop there? A measure move is just an idea. You can stop below it. You can stop right at it. You can go through it. Maybe you stop right at it and then you go through it afterwards. Maybe you stop below it and then you go through it afterwards. Whatever the case may be. But there's a lot of potential here. And the reason why I like this token, the reason why a lot of people like this token primarily is because, well, it's a low market cap. It's a solid chance of growth with a low market cap, but primarily it's because of Jason Williams. If you don't know Jason Williams, you might not be too involved in the crypto community on X, but I highly encourage anybody who's in crypto, even if you don't like Elon Musk, you got to get over that, man. You're missing out if you're not on X.com. This is where all the stuff happens, man. You want to know what being in the trenches is, you have to be on X for that. You have to be going through spaces and all this stuff. Jason Williams, you guys, look, if you send me a Solana Addy on a centralized exchange that doesn't accept TBB, or you send me a wallet that isn't compatible with TBB, and the Solana blockchain, you are wrecked and burning tokens. You lose and the community wins. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And there's a lot of people who make this kind of user error. When he says send me your Solana address, for those of you that don't know, he's going to send you TBB on your Solana address because it's a Solana token. So you send him your Solana address, he's going to give you TBB. But if you've got Coinbase or you've got a different centralized exchange, you're not going to get those tokens because they don't offer that as a listing. They'll get those tokens. they will get those tokens. They'll probably think that it's a scam token because I'm sure there's a lot of scammers that send tokens like that. I prefer you use the right wallet and get the airdrop, so don't be stupid. I can read for you I can read for you, but I can't understand things for you. God help us. Don't be stupid. Subscribe, like, follow, retweet. I'm assuming somebody probably complained. He said he'd airdrop them, and they probably complained. Um, and again, that's exactly what he said, is that it's burning tokens. You lose and the community wins. It effectively is burning tokens. I mean, and that's okay. That's totally fine. You know, burning tokens makes us win because the less tokens that are in circulation, the better. The that's like deflationary, right? Which makes your tokens worth more. Anyways, Jason Williams, guys, like Ansem, right? Not they're not the same person. I don't know. I don't know Ansem personally. I don't know Jason Williams personally. I've followed them both, and what I mean by they're the same is that they're both crypto personalities who are trustworthy figures who, you know, make predictions, who've made a lot of money in crypto. They're crypto OGs. They're more than just crypto personalities. I mean, these guys have been in it since the beginning, man, and made a vast amount of wealth, both of them, through Bitcoin and various other crypto endeavors. And Ansem's token took off, guys. We saw this insane, absolutely epic rally here where we saw multiple thousands of X's in growth from the all-time lows. We saw this because Ansem bought the majority supply. He bought the majority supply and started airdropping tokens whenever it was at a higher valuation to people in his community, to people who are holding the coin, to people who've been holding it for a while, and then just people who ask too, who are also holding the coin, of course. He's given back. He's given like millions of dollars in airdrops on this $242 million market cap coin. I think this coin will continue to grow. But I'm not trying to talk about Ansem too much. I'm trying to talk about TBB. I'm just comparing it because we have the same guy here with the same idea, right? Except he's got a lot more of the supply. He started off at 71%. We got 69.22%. But these airdrops, you guys, he keeps giving them out at every significant milestone that we break through. The first was 1 million, then it was 2 million, then it was 4 million. Now he's given one out at just above 5 million. I think when we break above 10 million, there's probably going to be more airdrops. We've seen airdrops for meme competitions, AI video competitions, like stuff to hype up the community and spread the word of TBB. It makes a difference. It just makes a difference. The only point I'm trying to make here is it makes a difference whenever you have a figurehead, a leader, a creator of a coin who's not going to rug pull on you, right? This is a guy who's got over 250,000 followers, almost 300,000 followers. Ansem's got 1 million. Ansem's token went up to 450 million. I think that it could see $1 billion market cap. If it can see $1 billion market cap, we're not there yet. So let's say if it can see 440 million, I would think with a quarter of the followers, I would think that this token could see at least a quarter of that market cap, if not more. It's completely possible that it sees more because the reason why this token has, I think, even the same potential as Ansem here is that Ansem paved the way. So everybody's looking for the next Ansem. It doesn't matter if he's got the same amount of followers or not. Everybody's looking for the next one. They don't even have to follow this guy. They just see that, oh, it's one of those crypto bull ones, but this one's actually not rug pulling. This one's actually not a scam. The reason why all the other ones are a scam or a rug pull is because when they name it for CZ, they name it for Michael Saylor, they name it for whoever. All these people that are creating those tokens, it's not Michael Saylor creating them. It's not CZ. It's these so-called fans who then rug pull on their communities. Jason Williams is the one who created this. It's not a fanboy who created this. We're the fanboys. We're the ones buying it, and the fan ladies. Shout out to the ladies, the only fan ladies. No, that's a joke. No, I don't know about that. I just know that there's fanboys and fan ladies in this. Anyways, moving on. 9 hours and 30 minutes left in this 12-hour period. I think that would be left in the day here actually as well. We look like we're breaking out. We look like we're moving up higher. We look good. We look pretty damn good, you guys. And the RSI here, bouncing off the oversold zone, looking like it wants to move up. There's one more thing that I wanted to go over, right? We went over the potential bull flag here, the high and tight bull flag, which just looks phenomenal. I want to go over the fibs as well, because I think that we'll see significance at these fibs. You're holding support here, right above the 1272. Yes, you wicked below it, but you're holding support. You're closing above it here. When you see this kind of stuff, very, very often, I mean, statistically speaking, probabilistically, you will see something between the 1886 and the 2618. That would mean at a minimum, we go to 1.87 cents, which again, we have a measure move that's just above that at 2.1 cents. So we could stop here. That's the minimum target. That's the kind of bull flag measure move here. If this was a bull flag or a triangle, whatever, just a reciprocated move, however you want to analyze that. Or if we were to go up and see a measure move close to this, we could see the 2618. We could even go up to the 2886, something like that. It is completely possible. And this is where I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked with my only comments there, my fan comments. We could go to a multi-$100 million market cap. Absolutely, we could. And I think it becomes more likely that we see a multi-$100 million market cap, which is crazy. I mean, guys, think about what we're saying here. I mean, this is crazy. If we saw a multi-$100 million market cap, you're talking about something that at this point would be almost a 30x. It would be a 30x. This becomes incredibly more likely if Ansem sees new all-time highs. If it can see new all-time highs, this thing paves the way. And what's great about it, I mean, you look at it here, up 24% over the past 24 hours, or sorry, up 12% over the past 24 hours. TBB is up a lot more. Ansem was down yesterday and TBB was up. What's awesome about this is that we have a dynamic with Ansem that's not attached to Ansem. If Ansem goes down, TBB doesn't go down. There's been times where Ansem goes down and TBB goes down. There's been times when Ansem goes up and TBB goes up. They're in synchronicity. But we've seen it where TBB will continue to grow or consolidate even if Ansem's in a decaying phase. So what's great about this relationship is that it's not fixed. If Ansem drops, that doesn't reflect poorly on TBB. It doesn't. The relationship here is Pathfinder. Ansem is the Pathfinder. It has shown what the potential for a coin like this can be, at least so far. And if that path gets cleared out further, the potential goes higher. Again, I don't think TBB is going to flip Ansem. You know, maybe. If Jason gets as big of a following as Ansem, if it gets hyped up, I mean, who's to say that it can't flip it? I'm just thinking, you know, if I had to bet on it, I wouldn't take that bet. I don't know if I'd bet against it, but I wouldn't take that bet. But I do believe that, again, in the relationship here that we see, it's not fixed. It's just that this has shown us the way as far as what the potential is. You had no problem ripping up to a $100 million market cap. You literally had no problem doing it. You just went right up there. Why is it then that TBB couldn't do it? I think it absolutely could. And it's not moving the same. We're not seeing this like 3-day or 1-day experience going all the way up here. It's still moving up at a very unprecedented rate, very fast rate, and I think it'll continue to move up at a faster rate. And if things go the way that I think they will, the biggest moves, the best moves, may have yet to come. Like these days here, where we saw 92% growth, we saw 166%. Right after a day, there was 115%. I think we are going to see a day that is larger in growth than that as time goes on. Because again, this is all early stuff. This is early adoption. This is all early adoption, early plays being made on this. Whenever you hit 10 million or more, whenever we get on that that top 100 list for Dex Screener, whenever the real notice comes in, that's whenever things can get epic. That's whenever things can grow. That's what happened with Ansem, right? Whenever everybody started to notice it, that's when this epic growth came in. And of course, Ansem buying the tokens helped out as well. But that's another thing, man. The holders continue to grow. I mean, less than a week ago, guys, we were at 200 holders. We've seen 5x growth in about a week, in about less than a week. So a lot of potential there. I would expect that the holder count continues to grow. As I've theorized, there's probably more people's eyes watching this who aren't holding the coin, who've yet to make a play on it, who are wanting to, but they're waiting for a pullback. You're not going to get that pullback, and you're just going to have to buy in at higher prices. It's either now or higher, you know, whatever the case may be. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Don't put the farm on this. Don't bet the farm, you know. If you've got like $1 billion to your name and you want to put 80K in here, okay, go for it. But just be aware, if you put in like 80K all in one day, you're going to be the reason why this price pumps. If you're somebody who, you know, you don't even have $1,000 to your name, you know, do whatever you want. It's your money, but again, you know, there's nothing wrong with putting in like $100, $10, $60, whatever, you know, like whatever you're comfortable with. It doesn't have to be this stressful thing. It's supposed to be fun. If you join the community, if you participate in the community on X, man, it really is fun. It's a good time. And I missed out on the most recent space that Jason just had, actually, that he was just in. So, because I'm making this video. But whatever, guys. I got nothing else to say. Ladies, the night's just beginning. Crazy how you nailed this. I don't know. Oh, yep, that's yep, crazy how you nailed this. That's his life. That's 110%. And he's going to give them all apples, little apple slices for each of the ladies holding TBB. And if you're lucky, gentlemen, you might get a slice too. If you're lucky. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.